Then we have the properties. This is what defines the data that is going to be moved from the source to the destination. And from the source side, we're going to be grabbing items from SAP Business One and moving them up to our e-commerce site. So in this case, we want to take items that are a selling item. So where the case is equal to yes, that we want those items to be moved up to our e-commerce site. We also just want to take the stuff from maybe warehouse 01, and we want to use the price list of the default price list, which happens to be 1. There is that. So that is all you need to do in order to set up the criteria for the items being moved from SAP Business One to Ubercart. There's the connection string that you would have to set up. And in this case, we're grabbing the SBO demo US database. In this case, is going to be your e-commerce site, which is running on MySQL. And you just set up your criteria for making that connection. The database in which it's going to connect to, the password, the server, and the username. And we have a simulation button so that we can go ahead and simulate the data before we commit to putting the data up on our website. So we hit the simulation button, and the simulation button will gather the data from SAP Business One and the data from our Drupal site, or our Ubercart site that we have set up right now. So in this case, that we can see the data coming from our source and going to our destination. These are the tables and fields that are defined inside of Drupal and Ubercart. It's database, and the fields that you see here that are already filled in are either default values or values that we use by getting data from the plugins that the mapper tool uses. The mapper tool uses a plugin approach so that we can write individual add-ons to meet certain people's needs without rewriting the application. This makes the application extremely flexible and easy to modify for different clients without rewriting or modifying the base source code. We will be giving a demo on the mapper tool just to show everybody what the magic is behind our data sync tool. So please check out that video. In this case, we know the product is going to, the type for the node is going to be product, and so on and so forth. So this is the data that's coming out of SAP, and this is the data going into Ubercart. So everything looks pretty good from that standpoint. So let's take a look at our website and see what we have up there right now. Let's do a little refresh on our website, which is sapuber.kb1pro.com, and this is just a test website for moving items from SAP Business One to Ubercart. So we have nothing in our site right now. We have no products to be displayed. So let's go ahead and test one piece of data going from SAP Business One up to our e-commerce site. So we'll click that, and the data comes down here and shows that we're moving information from SAP to Ubercart. So now let's take a look at our website. Let's go back to home, and we can see that we have a new category of IBM printers, and there is one item in there, and that item is the IBM 1312 at $400. We take a look at the item there, and we can see that it's the 1312. Here's our SKU out of SAP, and here's the information on the item itself. Since we had no information inside of SAP Business 1 in the remarks section, we went ahead and mapped the description from the item since there was no remarks. But we would probably want to have a little bit more of a description on the item other than just its description. So with that, we'll go ahead and run a full test of the data. And this will go ahead and take all the information based on our search criteria, and it will go ahead and move it from SAP Business 1 up to our e-commerce website so that we can start selling these items on our e-commerce site. So that's going to process all that data and move it over there. And this is we're going to move some 22 items from our source to our destination. So let's go ahead back to our website. Let's go back to our home, and we can see that we have several new categories in our catalog. And we have accessories, we have printers, IBM printers, we have HP printers, we have a few items. These are all the standard items out of SAP Business 1's demo database, and some servers. So now we're going to go ahead and make a modification. We really do need a description for our IBM 1312 printers, so we'll just say, let's just do hello. And we'll go ahead and update that information. So once we update that information, our sync tool running at its scheduler will go through the data based on whatever intervals that we had set up. But in this case, we're just going to go ahead and just test, one piece of information. And we can see now that we are going to be moving the Hello World over into the description field on the Ubercart. So let's take a look at that. So go back to home, give it a refresh. We're going ahead and look at the IBM printers, and we'll look at the 1312. And now, instead of just giving the item description, we are going ahead and using the remarks from the remarks section. This doesn't have to be the remarks section. It could be any location that you would like mapped. Could be a user-defined field. It doesn't matter. It's just a change in the map from one location to another. And now we want to go ahead and maybe change the price on this item as well, because we're having a sale. $311 and 69 cents. So we'll go ahead and update that information, and next time that our scheduler fires off, it will go ahead and move that data up, but we'll go ahead and force that right now. And if we take a look at the data that's being moved up there now, it's going to be $311 and 69 cents. So let's go ahead and take a look at our website and do a little refresh. And $311 and 69 cents. It's that easy. The tool will take care of the sync tool will take care of all the data going from SAP to your Ubercart site. And from there, you can take a look at some product reports. I've turned all of these on just so that you can see some of the features that are inside of Ubercart. And I believe that should cover everything that I wanted to show.